Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Raj. First of all, thank you for joining me today. Today, we will talk about how you can improve your interpersonal skills, your confidence, and how to present yourself when you go for interview. And before we do that, I would like to wish you all the best for tomorrow and whoever getting the interview the next day. I spoke to most of you. I feel very confident in you. You guys developed your skills more than I expected, and staff at Marine Services, Sushil Marine Services, they did a fantastic job to prepare you guys for tomorrow and day after's event. So, without delaying, first of all, I would like to share some feedbacks about the interviews which I conducted today. I spoke to multiple candidates today. Most of them they feel confident. However, I found that there is some scope for improvement. And what I believe that no one is perfect, neither me, neither you. But there is always some scope where we can improve ourselves. So out of my experience, today I will be sharing some ideas how you can improve your interview tomorrow, how to improve your communication skills, how to present yourself, or to say how to sell yourself, and what are the things which you should be avoiding tomorrow. So first of all, what I see that how you seeing me makes a big difference. So when you're going for an interview tomorrow, how you're going to look will give the first impression of you to the company. Directly or indirectly, you will be representing the company tomorrow. Once you get selected, you will be the face of the company. So the company makes sure that you look professional, you look neat, you look clean, you must be clean shaved, you dressed up good. So this is what known as your present, how you present yourself. And it is very important that you present yourself in good way to leave a positive outcome of yourself at the start of the interview. So tomorrow, everyone, especially for the boys, make sure you are clean shaved. It make a difference. For the girls, please tidy your hairs properly. So I don't have long hairs, but tidy your hairs properly. And at the back, tidy up in a professional hairstyle. Anything which is lying behind, open hairs, they're not dog great. As I said, neat and tidy, the way you present yourself will make a big impact. So as you walk in the interview, what I would recommend everyone that as you walk in the interview, you introduce yourself first. You are the person who is getting interviewed. So when you walk in with full confidence. As you walk in the room, shake the hand, regardless is a male or female. When you shake your hand with them, introduce yourself. Good morning, sir. My name is Raj. How are you today? So basically, what you're showing as you start before you start the interview is you showing your confidence. So when you shake your hand, that's a sign of the confidence. The person who is in the interview, they might they might be sitting on a chair. If they are sitting on the chair, that's fine. You still approach yourself. You pull your hand out to shake the hand. It will make a small difference, but it shows your confidence that you are confident in that area. When there is table in front of you, just a simple question. May I have a seat here, please? If they didn't offer you. So all these small bits and pieces, they're showing you about you that you are confident, you are humble, and you do not hesitate to approach a new person. So when the company people will interview you, they're looking for these kind of things as well out of your personality, your confidence. Can you approach a new person without hesitation? which you already presented as you walked in the interview. So, as I recommended, please, when you walk in, have a smile on your face, look confident. As you see the interview there, you shake your hand and introduce yourself first. The introduction will be very simple, just your name. Good morning, sir. My name is Raj. I'm here for the interview. How's your day? Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And then just take a break. Let them speak. So you're given a brief introduction about yourself. They were expecting you. So as you walked in the interview, you introduced yourself. Now it's their time. They need to speak. And most probably what's going to happen, they will say, hi, Siddharth, please have a seat. How are you today? That will be common courtesy, what we call the courtesy questions to you. Again, stay calm, in a good flow response. I'm good, sir. How are you today? How's your day going? You must be having a very busy day today. So all of that is when you commencing the communication between both of you parties, you're presenting a very positive atmosphere, which is very important. It will give you confidence, and the person who is interviewing you, he will feel confident in you as well. So these are the very basic tip what you need to do as you walk in the interview. So what's going to happen from there is the person will have your resume in their hand. They will look at your resume, and they may have seen your resume before you even went up there. So they will ask you questions based out of the resume which they have in front of them. So if you got a copy of that one, I would strongly recommend that you read through your resume so you know what is written in there. It is hard to say, but I interviewed a person today and they were not able to disclose their work experience to me today. If you present yourself in a way where you don't know about your work history, it would not leave a good impression. So it is very important that you read your resume before you walk in the interview. So when the person asks you any questions, everything is in your mind out of your resume. From there, while you sit on the chair, one thing which I would like you to mention is keep your hands in the front. So when you're sitting on the chair, feel confident, your chest out, regardless boys or girl, your hands in the front. So when you are holding your hands in the front, keep them like this. This is very pleasant, but in interview it doesn't look good. So hold your hands like this in front of you. And when you're talking to the person, make the eye contact. So as we were talking about the confidence in you guys, as you walk in, you've shown your confidence by shaking the hand, you asking them how is their day, you introduced yourself. You already showed a lot of confidence. Now, maintain the eye contact. Maintaining the eye contact is very, very important. And maintain it throughout the interview. In case you don't know the answer of a question, that's fine. Everybody doesn't know everything. However, maintain the eye contact and tell them, my apologies, sir, I don't know that. And they would take it as a normal, as you maintaining your confidence, your honesty, and your integrity. So eye contact is a very important part whenever you're interviewing, when you're speaking to the person. The reason they invite you there is to check your personality in person. And when you're meeting them in person, it is very important that you create a positive atmosphere there. And that is by your personality, by your confidence, having a smile on your face, and maintaining an eye contact. When we talk about how you go further, most of the interviews starts from the introduction. How I feel, the interview person will be asking you to introduce yourself, or in a one way or other way, they will be asking something about you straight away. So it is very important that when you start, be very brief about yourself. So, for example, my name is Raj, and let's say I'm preparing to be a receptionist at a cruise. So, how I will start my introduction is, hi, good morning. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Raj. I'm 21 years old or 31 years old. Be honest about your age and make sure you mention that age in years, not I was born in 1990. Because most of the cruise companies, they look for young candidates. So mention your age straight away. My name is Raj. My age is 31 years old. I have studied high school in 2007, and since then I have completed Bachelor of Engineering. After completing my Bachelor of Engineering, I commenced working in real estate industry. From there, I found that my interest is in travel industry and hotel industry. Therefore, I moved on to tourism business and I started working as a hotel manager for IHG hotel known as Crown Plaza. My hobbies are reading books and listening music, and now I'm looking to get into cruise industry, as this is such a luxury travel industry, and I'm very excited to be part of cruise industry. So basically, out of that introduction, what you're doing is you're making very brief about yourself, who you are, what is your history quickly, but what they really want to know is how your experience will benefit them, and it will benefit to them when you tell them. So, for example, some of you are working for Indigo Airlines, which is a travel industry. You're already dealing with customers. You're providing a really good quality service to the customers. And those are the skills which they want to take out from you or with you on their cruise. So when you introduce yourself, tell them about their about your work experience, which is beneficial for them. This is the point where you need to sell yourself. You need to constantly focus that the here you are, here is the company, in between is the cruise. So again and again, you have to bring your attention to the cruise because that company is looking to put you on the cruise. So when you're representing your past experience to them, somehow make it to the cruise. Even though it's not related, and now it's up to you as you are speaking, how you can connect your past work experience to the cruise. Because that's the most selling point for you gonna be is how you can connect yourself to the cruise. The middle point between you and that interviewer is the cruise, and that's where everything is about today, is the cruise. So after the introduction, most probably they will be asking questions about your duties, responsibilities in your current job. Be be honest about your duties. However, as I said, try to divert them according to a cruise. Even though you're working in hotel industry now and you will be working on the cruise later, divert your duties in a way, or you present them in a way where it looks like similar duties to what a person does on the cruise. And when you're doing that one, please be mindful about not overselling yourself. When I talk about overselling, is people will forget talking about their own duties, but they will talk more about cruise duties. So make sure you are talking about your duties, but somehow you are referring them to cruise duties. Also, when we talk about when we are sorry, give me 1 minute. I'm having a glitch here. When we talk about your duties and how you're going to relate them to cruise, make sure you do not put your emotions into it. I know all of you really want to be part of MSc. You are very excited. You worked hard for it. So when tomorrow, then when you meet them, please don't show your emotions. What you really need to show is your confidence, your skills, and they should feel that you are a very competent candidate for them. So control your emotions. However, present yourself in a way that they feel that they need to have you on board. And when we are talking about your skills, you need to sell your skills as well. And when we talk about skills, most of you worked in travel industry or hotel industry, and when you will be working for MSc, you will be working in the same industry but in a different style, but it will be same travel industry and holiday industry. So whatever your skills and expertise are in your current workplace, modify them, or what we say, polish them according to the cruise, because that will be very interesting for them. Also, during the interview, what I would recommend is you to listen them the question first, then take 2 to 3 second gap, and then you answer. So many times it happens because of your training. You guys had really good notes handy for you guys. It will happen that the interviewer gonna ask you a question, and halfway through the question you will be like, oh, I know the answer of this one. That's fine. Hold your emotions. First, you listen the person properly. Until they don't finish, please do not open your lips. You wait for them to finish first, take 1 to 2, maybe 3 seconds gap, and then you speak. So what that really does is you listening them very actively. The person will be impressed that even though you know the answer, you listen them first. Secondly, when you listening the question, you have time to prepare the answer in your mind. And when you're preparing the answer in your mind, you basically putting that answer in sequence, which will make it more attractive for that interviewer. So throughout the interview, listen the questions properly. Even though you know the answer, that's fine. You still listen it completely. Take 1, 2, or 3 second gap before you start answering the question. The other thing which I really believe is talking too much is not good as well. And the reason behind that, I will say, is when a person is interviewing the same person might be interviewing another 20 candidates in the same day. What he's looking for a person who have the quality, not the quantity. He got the quantity. He got so many people who will be there for interview. But what he's looking for is the quality. So when you speak, if you take 2 to 3 seconds gap, you will have time to think in your mind what you need to answer. And that's the time where you can improve and you can plan how you need to answer, which will show the quality of you. So for example, if somebody asks me that why do you want to change from hotel industry to cruise industry, I will take that gap. So that 2 to 3 second gap is good. In that time, I'm planning things in my mind. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. This is how I'm gonna say, and this is this much what I'm gonna say. With all of that, what you're doing is you're delivering the quality of your answer. All of you are skilled. All of you are skilled. You know how to speak English. That's not an issue. What we're really doing here today is improving how you can present yourself. That's all. And same thing is happening with your answer. Is in that process, you will have time to plan your answer accordingly. So therefore, if somebody asks me why you want to change from hotel industry to the cruise industry, I will take a 1 to 3 second gap, and then I will start the answer. And when I'm starting the answer, Even though I never worked on the cruise, somehow I will connect my current job to my future job, and I will make it sound that they both are connected. So I'm just gonna have a sip of water before I answer that one. So for a question like that, it is one of the very commonly asked question is, why are you changing the industry? As many of you are working with the Indigo Airlines, some of you are working in hotels in Rajasthan, Bombay, and Goa. The best way to sell yourself on that question is, currently I'm working in hotel industry where I serve multiple people, multiple customers in a day. I'm a person who love talking to people. Throughout the day, I talk to hundreds of people. I help them the best I could. Even though my job is only as a receptionist, I also assist my guests with their daily planning for tours around the city. I'm a person who cannot sit on a chair and work on the computer for 8 hours. I'm a people person. And working in cruise industry will be the same for me. On the cruise, people will be there for holidays. They will be there for having a good time. And me, being a people person, I will make it sure that they receive a quality service from MSC service. So therefore, I do not see that there is a change of industry. All what I'm doing is moving from a hotel to a cruise hotel. That is it. Me as a person, my job will be continue to serve the customers in the best way I could, as well as make their stay pleasant as I was doing in the hotel. I will be doing same in the cruise. So basically, when you're answering, as I said, you need to connect your past, your current to the cruise. Because the interesting factor between both parties is cruise. You're going to interview tomorrow because of cruise. So whenever you talk, bring the cruise in somehow, wherever you can bring. Some of you will be getting the interviewed for housekeeping. That's not an issue. Still, the job gonna be same. It was whatever it was in the hotel, it gonna be same in the cruise. The cruise also have a bed, have the TV, have a mini bar fridge, have the tables, have a balcony, have the curtains. The toilet is the same. It got a toilet, it got a shower, it got a basin, the mirror, the floor. Nothing is actually changing. So when you're answering for a similar question, again, connect the hotel, your previous experience to the cruise, because that's the selling point for all of you, is how you tell them that you already think in your mind as a cruise. There's not a big difference between what you do and what you will be doing on the cruise. So, as I mentioned previously, make sure you don't talk too much, but you talk point to point to point. When I say point to point to point, is basically what you're doing is you're giving them what they're looking for rather than everything. I know some of you may be thinking that it gets hard to connect the cruise or connecting your current job uh, to the cruise industry job. But to be honest with you, there's not a single difference. Regardless, you're working in a hotel, you're working for Indigo Airlines, all what you're doing is you're serving the customer, and that's what you will be doing at MSC Cruise as well. So that's what I think as of today. Uh, Please be mindful that when you walk in, you show how confident you are. You do the greeting first. You introduce yourself first. Shake the hand. If you are a female and there are three males and one female, you shake hand with everybody. If you are one male and there are two females, that's fine. You still shake your hand with both of them, because that's the way you're showing how professional you are. Make sure you make eye contact. Do not talk too much. And when you're introducing yourself, you introduce yourself in a way which connects you to the cruise. And when we talk about eye contact, please, I know in our Indian culture, out of respect, we often does not make the eye contact. But when we come out of it, eye contact is very important. It shows your confidence, how confident you are into it. And when you're listening to the person, pay your attention properly. It's known as active listening. Active listening is very important. It gives you the time to plan what you're gonna say. And when you are there, as I mentioned initially, is make sure your hands are in the front. When your hands are in the front, that's that already showing that you accepting the person. So you may have noticed in the past, or you may have heard, this person who is holding their hands in the pockets is the person who known as a attitude person. So therefore, holding your hands in the front, basically you're welcoming the other person. So it gives the confidence to you, as well as it makes welcome to another person as well. And also one thing actually which just came in my mind is when you're answering, it often happened to some of the candidates that they were using and which I do as well. That's fine. It happens because English is not our first language, and we often use and to make ourselves or to start the sentence. But that's fine. It happens. But let's reduce it as much as you could. The less words you use as and or it will show that your English is already good. I spoke to most of you for 15 minutes at least. And I can say all of you can speak good English. English is not the issue at all. You can speak. All what you need to do is just improve bits and pieces. So try to avoid and also when you're giving example about anything, please do not use the word you. So I'll give you a brief example of that one. I asked a candidate and he said, when you got a customer who's angry, you need to do this. He know what needs to be done, but however, he was not able to present in a good way. And the good way is because he used you word. So when you are in the interview, please do not use word you. What do you need to do? Use word I or we. So basically what happens with I and we is you're showing the teamwork. When you're presenting an example, you're connecting yourself as a person to that example. So please do not use you word in the interview. It's one of the words which I personally don't like, and I believe many of the senior people don't like when a candidate tell them you, when you have a customer like that, this and that. So they are very very small things, but then sometimes they make a big difference, and it depends on person to person as well. And as you may have noticed during this session, is I've been speaking calmly and slowly. So basically, what happens when you speak calmly? You like as I'm saying now, my mind already knows what I'm gonna say next because there's 1, 2, or 3 second gap in between, and that gap allows my mind to process the information which is in my mind and telling my mind what I need to say for next sentence. So when you speak tomorrow, speak in calmly manner, speak slow. Speaking faster is not a sign that you got good English. No, it's completely not. Speaking calmly, slowly, in a structure shows the quality of English when we speak. So throughout the interview, please be calm. Even though, let's say you don't know the answer, that's fine. Still say it in a nice way that the other person can hear you. Accepting that you don't know something is confidence as well. Not many people can accept it that they don't know it. So, for example, if an interview person asks me uh, about anything about the cruise, which I don't know, I would simply apologize and say, "Sorry, sir, I don't know that." So that way, you presented yourself in confidence that you don't know the answer, and that also allowed the person to jump on the next question now. So if you don't know, that's fine, completely fine. To say, "Sorry, sir, I don't know that." But speak calmly, do not speak too fast, and speak in a manner so the person at least can hear you. And which I don't, when I spoke to all of you, I did not realize that, what I realized that everybody had a really good tone of the sound. So that is good for you, all of you. Uh, Once the interview is finalized, what I would recommend you to, when you stand up off your chair, shake the hand again. And when you are shaking the hand, eye contact. Very important. When you shake it a good handshake. Not just like these fancy handshakes. No. Make it a proper handshake. You hold it for at least 1 to 2 seconds. And that time, make eye contact. And thank you them for giving their time to you. So basically, what these small bits and pieces do is when you walked in the interview, you showed your confidence in the interview. You had a smile on your face. You went, you shook the hand, you introduced yourself first, and you showed your manners, asking them if you could have a seat. Then you had your interview for 10, 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, once the interview is complete, you again show your confidence, shake the hand in a good way, make eye contact. And once you move out of that chair, please put the chair back in the same spot where it was before, which is very similar to the hotel industry. You're showing your courtesy to that space. These are little bits and pieces, and they make a difference. So when you leave the interview, make sure you thank you them for their time. And one thing what you could also say is, "I hope to see you soon." Or another word what you could use, which is often used on in the airline industry, "see you on board." So you could say any of these to the interviewer, and from there, simply walk out. One thing which I can tell all of you is you guys improved yourself a lot. So don't worry about it. Don't think too much. When you go tomorrow, prepare yourself tonight. That's it. But don't take the stress. When you will be under the stress, you can't perform. No one can perform under the stress. So I strongly recommend tonight is the night. That's fine. But tomorrow is not the end as well. When you get selected or you don't get selected, regardless, tomorrow is not the end. You are with Sushil Marine Services either today or tomorrow or day after. You will be on the cruise. That's all I can tell you guys, that you will be on the cruise. So don't take the stress tomorrow in the interview. Be confident, be humble, shake the hand, and I wish you all the best. And I'm sure we will have some good news from, I hope it's for everyone, but at least for some of you, it will be a very good news by end of tomorrow or sooner. Thank you, everyone, and wish you all the best once again. Bye for now.